With the sixth pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Julio Jones.
The NFL Draft is usually a time where lives change for the better. Families that have been broke for years go from poor to rich in a matter of hours. Brands are born and stars are invented. Thousands of fans obsess over a mic and a man as they wait to hear who they will be following over the next 15 years. Truly a spectacle, if you will, of sorts. Instant fame, instant success, and a culmination of years of hard work. But what happens when everything you thought you knew was a lie? The fundamentals and the intangibles that you thought were advantage become obsolete. When your whole life you've been training for something and it turns out you're not good enough. The NFL is where the best football players in the world go to play. Here are three that almost reached the peak of life just to have it all come crashing down. Number 3, Ryan Leaf. Let's look at one of the most well-known, if not the most well-known draft bust of all time. Ryan Leaf had a spectacular college career, which culminated in him almost winning the Heisman Trophy his junior year. Foregoing his senior season, he entered the NFL Draft in 1998. Leaf dropped to number 2 and was drafted by the San Diego Chargers in spite of pre-draft reports that he was obnoxious, arrogant, and partied way too hard. All leadership problems aside, let's look at his performance because that had to be the remedy. In Leaf's first game on September 6, 1998, against the Buffalo Bills, he managed to win. Despite the win, he threw 2 interceptions and fumbled his first snap ever in the NFL. An indicator of things to come, in only his 3rd game, he threw 2 interceptions and fumbled 4 times, all while going an amazing 1 for 15 for 4 yards. The next week, Leaf threw 4 interceptions in one half against the New York Giants. He was, despite being the number 2 pick that year, benched for the second half. By week 10, the Chargers staff had seen enough and benched Leaf for the remainder of the year. He managed a crazy 2 touchdowns and 15 interceptions with a QBR of 39.0. I know, rookie mistakes. Well, he didn't play year 2 because of shoulder injuries he sustained only 20 minutes into the Chargers' 1999 training camp. And no need to go into the statistical wasteland that is year 3. No offense, Ryan Leaf. By 2002, Leaf had enough mishaps and decided to retire at the ripe old crusty age of 26. 26? Come on, dude. He went on to deal with a litany of legal issues and drug problems that ended with him in jail multiple times between May 2009 and December 2014. Number 2, Robert Griffin III. At his peak, he was widely touted as the new Michael Vick, a unicorn of sorts that had a rare combination of size, speed, and accuracy. Because of his excellent athletic abilities mixed with his natural talent, he was drafted number 2 by the Redskins in the 2012 NFL Draft. Unlike Ryan Leaf's debut, RG3's was electrifying and showed no signs he would turn out to be a bust. On September 9, 2012, Griffin debuted his skills by throwing 19 for 26 on 320 yards passing, while rushing for 42 yards on 10 carries. This was only the first game in what was to become one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. His high TD to interception ratio, 4-1, and his passer rating of 102 were records at the time. In the worst Derrick Rose way, his career started to derail from there due to injuries.
And they rate him grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Now grade 1 is the mildest. It's a stretch, it's painful, but structurally the ligament has not been torn. But grade 3 is a complete tear, and that's where you end up having to do surgery, and it's usually a season-ending injury.
Due to ligament injuries, he barely started the season opener of 2013. Looking ahead, his statistics took a nosedive until week 7 against the Bears, where he led them to a 45-41 victory, throwing for 298 yards and 2 touchdowns. Outside of that, week 12 was his lowest point of the season, where for the first time in the NFL and college, RG3 was unable to score a TD. He was benched the last 3 games of 2013 due to health concerns, according to the coach at the time. From 2014 to March of 2016, Griffin barely saw playing time for the Redskins. As you can imagine, he suffered concussions and failed health clearances during this time. This led to him being released in March 2016 and being picked up by the Browns. In Cleveland, RG3 barely saw field action and was released soon after his signing. This all led to the culmination of where he is today. a backup to who eerily plays the same style, named Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. Who knows, maybe RG3 can still turn it around. I think he could, but only time will tell. Good luck, RG3. Number 1, Johnny Manziel. Money Manziel, or Johnny Manziel, was probably the most intriguing college football player of all time. He had it all from the accuracy, the mobility, to the records, to the David versus Goliath Alabama Crimson Tide win he pulled off. Widely seen as a poor man's Drew Brees, he looked like he may be able to step into an NFL franchise and create a dynasty. Well, on May 8, 2014, Manziel was drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Once drafted, Manziel immediately brought a glimmer of hope to a city that had been tormented for a decade and beyond. Not ready now, according to sources at the time, Manziel's debut came after an injury to Brian Hoyer on November 30th, 2018 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Manziel threw 5 for 8 with 63 yards and a rushing TD. Not so fast. In week 15, Manziel made his first start where he threw 2 interceptions and had a QBR of 27.3 while being sacked 3 times, all while on the way to a 30-0 shellacking at the hands of their opponent. I can imagine this is where it kind of went downhill for Cleveland fans. Unlike Baker Mayfield, Manziel didn't have the work ethic to back up his play, so his high performance was unsustainable. With many partying reports and crazy reports coming out at the time, Johnny Manziel wasn't able to handle the pressure and turn the franchise around. The Browns released him and he was out of football for a year before signing with the Canadian Football League team. A long way from the worldwide phenomenon that was Money Manziel. Who knows, maybe he can make it back to the NFL or Money Manziel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Well, that's it, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this breakdown of 3 NFL draft busts, let me know by hitting the notification and subscribing. I need you guys to comment down below if there's anybody missed in this video who definitely should have been on this list. See you next video.